Warning. The following program contains scenes which may offend some viewers. Others may experience mild discomfort, nagging backache, post-nasal drip, and delirium, followed by rapid heartbeat, swelling of the nose, throat, and abdomen, and loss of facial hair. Repeated viewing of this tape may result in the loss of one's bodily functions, redistribution of facial features, premature baldness, and a difficulty in forming simple sentences. So, if you're seriously considering a rewarding, challenging career as a lawn ornament, this is the show for you.
This used to be a jizz mopper for video Mark Dorsal.
Can I help you? Yes, I have Amazon Prime and I'd like my free sub, please. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. You take your Amazon Prime, you link your Twitch account, then you get one free subscription to your favorite Twitch channel, like a grown man record night. I like it at Mikey Bananas. He a funny guy and a good looking too. Jay, not so much. Oh, I understand. How about some free soup then? Link Amazon Prime to your Twitch account and subscribe to Grown Man Record Night for free. You gain access to sub badges and exclusive chat emotes. Subject to credit approval, avoid prohibited by law. See Twitch Broadcaster for complete details.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I implore you, the shot's not centered. That's going to piss me off. That's going to piss me off big time. But I was trying to get, oh, now it's over. I was trying to make sure we could see the alcove a little bit, but I'm a little bit... I'm not alone. Cindy's with me? Sure. If you count her mole, that's 3 people, so now it's a party. Yay! I guess if I scoot it all the way like this, which I can never do because that would mean Jay was sitting on my fucking lap if I did that. Tank, what? G'ing in here. Are you seeing dogs, Zonkman? That may be a little bit of an issue if you're seeing dogs. Welcome everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on Grown Man Record Night. It's been a little bit of an off week. Just fucking jeez. I hate people that say this, but man, I've been so busy, and then I had a reason I'm by myself more than anything. Well, had a. I don't know if you guys were with us on Wednesday night. We watched that Beastie Boys video Scally sent us. Had a good old time. Threw back some beers. Had a good time. I got an email from work that upset me. Sure. And then I went in. I was trying to turn my fan on in the bedroom, and it was making a bunch of rattling noises. I may have picked it up and smashed it into 1,000 pieces. It's possible. Now, see, that's kind of an old school mic move. I don't like that. Mike used to smash a bunch of shit back in the day. People, windows, horses, whatever. I used to do a lot of smashing. I've not been smashy Mike in a really long time, and I was smashy Mike, and that's not good. Anyway, I wake up with fucking, I wake up in the middle of the night, almost 102 degree temperature. I was fucking shivering and shaking. My teeth were chattering, my knees were knocking together, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I put on some flannel and some sweatshirt and laid back down under the covers, and I'm like, wait, dude, it's like 65 degrees. Why are you doing that? So I got up and like took my temperature and shit. It was like really high. And yeah, so that was yesterday. All day long, I was a shambles, but my temperature just slowly went down. I was like, fuck, I'm getting the flu. I'm going to be chalk for like 5 days, right? And I'm like, I don't have time to do that. I've got too much fucking shit going on to be down with the flu for several days. By the end of the day, the fever kind of went away for the most part. No cough, no sore throat, no sniffles, no nothing. It was just fever, went away. And today, I went back to work. Like, nobody thought I was going to be there. Because I was like, dude, I've got a crazy fucking high fever. Jay gave me chlamydia. That's the number one culprit that I'm looking at for sure. 24-hour chlamydia, surely. So, you know, I've felt it within myself. It's like, I gotta tell Zonk, man, like, I knew fever probably wasn't gonna come because he's got a gig tomorrow night. Jay was like 50-50, but I had to tell Zonk, man, like, you know, I had a fever yesterday. I didn't do a COVID test or nothing like that. So, I mean, this could all be COVID, maybe. I don't know, but I don't really feel that way. But, you know, COVID can be all weird, and you can be like, it can be like the flu, or it can be like, oh, I just got a cough, or my chest is congested, or whatever the fuck. But anyway. So, anyway. I'm sure Zonkman would probably have been here if I didn't I was like, you know, I've had a fever. It was really bad. And, I mean, I don't think I'm in a position to get anybody sick, but like, I really don't want to get anybody sick, because that would suck. Then I'd just feel like a fucking asshole. I'd feel like Jay, who's gotten a lot of us sick multiple times. One time was the flu. The last time I had the flu, Jay gave us all the flu. And he'll even say, no, it's just a cold. I just got a cold. I'm like, yeah, I don't want a cold either, motherfucker. Like, what? Colds are irritating and, like, make your days at work and shit suck. I don't want that either. I know it's just a cold. I don't want that either. I've got full-blown AIDS. Yeah, it's either, so it's probably AIDS. It could probably be cancer. I'm probably dying. But, I mean, let's be honest. I've been dead for a few years. So it's not really a big deal. What do you say there, Dave? But, in the interim, what that translates to, long story longer, is that means we're doing a solo YOLO show here on Grown Man Record Night. Most excited about the chip tonight. Whew. Got a little package in the mail from my cousin out of Texas, who delivered the chip of the year for last year. She sent another chip, or it's chip adjacent. We do them. Coming up, I don't have anything for Dig of the Week. We're going to be doing blind stabs. That's fun times. Now there's Tink. Now that's what a dog looks like, Zonk, man. That's a dog. Hey, Tinky. Roof. What part of the house do dogs like the best? Roofs. Aha. You hop up here for everybody. Okay. Let's talk about it for a second. What do you know about it? Nothing? You don't know nothing about nobody. No. You don't know nothing. Don't act like you know stuff about people. I'm the only one that knows stuff about people. You know that. Shirley. Anyway, Yeah, I pulled it. My mom had me a soda. It's a soda we've done before, but my mom had it put aside for me in the Frigidaire. It was icy cold. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I've had a little bit of a week. It would do me a little good to go back to like not just a soda we've done before, but one of my favorite sodas. So we're going to revisit a soda, but the chip I'm really looking forward to. And we'll do some blind stabs here in the rock section. Watcha! And we'll make it a thing. I have to play the I got to play the blind stabs after the show, at least a little bit. Jerry, did I tell you I'm writing an autobiography? It's based on my experiences. Yeah. Sorry, doing some housekeeping here. Yeah, so I ran into a guy. I was at a thrift store this week. I got some cool stuff from a thrift store. I'll talk about it a little bit just for a conversation later. But I was looking at. I didn't find it. I found a bunch of books and I found a weird item, but I got some books in there. And there was one guy. I was looking at the VHS tapes, and there was a guy in there. He was a Disney collector. And he was going through all the Disney tapes, and I'm immediately like, oh, this dude's looking for black diamonds, right? What's up, Trish? DJ Trish, up in the mix. The dude's obviously looking for black diamonds or something, right? So I start striking up a conversation with this dude. And he's like, yeah, no. He's like, I'm just a Disney collector. I know the whole black diamond thing's a fucking sham or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. And so we start just talking as we're both looking for stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not looking for. He's in they actually had it broke out into a kid's section. And so he's looking at that stuff, and I'm looking at like for weirdo tapes or whatever. And he says, there was this one Disney tape. It was a short that they were going to put out. As a spoof, but it never got put out. I'm like, oh, what was that? And he was like, yeah, did you know that Mickey tried to divorce Minnie? And there was like this, they did this short where Mickey tries to divorce Minnie. And they go to the judge or whatever, the cartoon judge, and Mickey says, or the judge says, I'm sorry, Mickey, but I can't grant you a divorce under the grounds that Minnie is mentally insane. And he said, I didn't say she's fucking insane. I said she's fucking goofy. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you, folks? That's it? You're sending all the jokes in? Hell yeah. Send them in. That is, as long as your email is still allowed to send messages to an Earthlink account. Otherwise, we may have an issue. Inmate said he would give the jokes too? Okay. They're not married? Now that's controversial. I don't want to get into a whole thing. I don't want to get into a whole thing. I don't want to get into a whole big beef. I should really start this over again. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. How is this still fucking rewinding? There's no shot that tape is still rewinding. I'm calling shenanigans. So we'll listen to it to pop. Then we'll swap it over. I'll be honest with you. There's not a lot. I mean, this is a cobbled together show. I'm on fucking I'm on my last legs here. I'm gonna be honest with you, but we'll get through it. We've done this before. We've 100% done this before. We didn't have nothing. We just made it work. Now, who knew about this cat? We're talking about some people, not people. We're talking about a person. Fuck. This is a dumb way to start. A supposed pillar of the music community that I was not aware of passed this week. This cat here. Now, I see this picture and I'm like, oh, it's Paulie from Goodfellas. Oh, no way. And it's like, no, this guy David Thomas from this band Pere Ubu. Which I've never heard this shit before in my life. Pere Ubu, and he died on April 24th in England. This is the statement here. Long-time illness, adding MC5 were playing on the radio when he died. That was the quote. He was listening to MC5 when he died. And it says he will ultimately be returned to his home from the farm in Pennsylvania, where he insisted he wants to be, quote unquote, thrown in the barn. He was 71. Never listened to these guys a day in my life. I knew absolutely nothing about. And, but I read this right here. During their initial run from 75 to 82, untamable band. I like that. That's a good start for a description. Loose energy of garage rock as well as funk bass, unwieldy saxophones, and commanding presence. Big influence on the post-punk genre. You start talking about like Sonic Youth, Joy Division, Pixies, REM, stuff like that. All big influences from this cat here and the band, Pere Ubu. And so I'm like, okay, well, fuck, bet. All right, I'm in. So I immediately threw a YouTube up of some of this stuff, and I jammed some of this music today. First time I've ever heard it in my entire life. Love the fuck out of it. Absolutely love the absolute piss out of this music. And I thought to myself, like, what a wonderful world. No. How cool it is that, let me hit play on this tape. And how many times have we done this here on the show where somebody dies, I research it, I talk about it, and then I like look the music up and it's nobody that I knew who the fuck they were. Next thing you know, I'm like a big fucking fan. That's happened a lot on the show. So it's really cool to know that, like, I mean, even in death, I mean, as a musician, I would like to think like somebody discovers your shit a day after you die, or they discover it because you die. All right. That's pretty cool to me. Regular people don't get that kind of treatment when they die. I said that when Bo died, our bass player. When he passed, I was like, man, but like, you know, we can always go back and listen to the fucking albums and stuff that Bo's on, and you hear that fucking bass line and you just start smiling. You're like, man, there's old Bo right there. And regular people don't have that. Like, I don't really have that with my dad. You know what I mean? But I can always go throw on some stuff that Bo played on, and you've got that reminder of what it was like. You know what I mean? So anyway, not to be all fucking weird and shit, but it's cool. It's cool, like, even in death, to discover somebody's music and like, yeah, now I'm a fan and I'll go check it out. Holy shit, it's Bobby Gass. Oh man, Bobby, what's up, my man? Hey, cheers, Bob. I hope you're doing all right, man. Hope the fishing's been good to you. Is it thawed out up there yet? But yeah, I thought that was cool. And no bullshit, when I looked at this the first time, I legit said, I was like, oh shit, Paulie from Goodfellas died. Overweight. I didn't have a lot of news. That was pretty much all my news in terms of like just random news and shit. Just woke up, just started fishing last week. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, son. Fucking A, man. I've had that. It's getting pretty warm down here in the south, and I may have I've not missed it. I need to get down to the coast and do some fishing. We've been such a fall fishing family in the here in the North Carolina coast, like my whole life. We went some in the spring, but not like the fall. But I should take some days and go down for sure, especially now because it's, in the fall you like it because it's like the first time, like it starts cooling off a little bit and it's manageable. But springtime, it's like, you get those first warm days, so that's also like really cool, And that concluded this Week in Death segment. Yeah, we should make a graphic for that for sure. Or I could use this as the graphic. I mean, we could. I'm just throwing it out there. If we do like, like some curved text, maybe something, we could curve some text somewhere. This Week in Death. If there's any amateur graphic designers out there that want to take a whack at something, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So I'll get into some of the stuff that came out today. There's some weird shit in here, some random stuff, man. To be honest, the first one. This is not a genre or a band I thought about talking about on the show, but when I was before I was a proper record collector in the 90s, being of the age that I am, much so in the 90s, I went out and looked for like used CDs. That was like my first foray into like this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I had my parents' records, but I wasn't into collecting like vinyl records then. I was collecting used CDs and stuff. I was a CD guy. And along that way, I was into much heavier music back then, for sure. I mean, I still dig stuff like that, but it's like a sometimes thing. I reach for it when I'm like pissed off or just feeling nostalgic or whatever the hell. But one of the bands I used to collect, these were actually cassettes that I collected. I was into this thing where I collected like death metal cassettes back in the 90s. And one of the first ones I got was a band called Cancer. And these guys have been around I think they're British. They've been around for like 35 years. They released a brand new record today with a super dope cover. And I'm like, it's Peaceville Records, by the way. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? This is because I thought it was a reissue. And I'm like, did I have this one? And like, this is insane. They've been making records since I don't know when. But a new Cancer record came out today. I checked it out, Inverted Worlds. I guess they did one in 2018, which I totally missed or whatever. I didn't know they were still making music, but it was pretty good. It was slamming. I mean, that's not a genre of music that I really reach for much nowadays. It's got to be a special time or whatever. Is it still? It's in double overtime right now? Fuck, I should cast that. Hold the phone. I forgot they were playing tonight. I was watching Pulp Fiction up here, which is my favorite movie of all time. Let's throw it up. Boom, boom, boom. Hurricanes.
Oh, I can't.
No, fuck.
Hang on there. Actually,
Moron. This guy's a fucking moron.
your empowered investment account has performed well in this
Boom. Mick, what's up, baby? How you doing, man? Good to see you, Mick. It's good to see Mick. Good to see Bobby in here. Yeah. That's nice. Especially on a little solo show. Well, I don't feel so lonely now. There's a difference between being lonely and being by yourself. You know what I mean? Oh, here's kind of a wild card. This is kind of a wild card pick. I don't know if any of you guys know about this shit. What are you making noises for, Tank? Get off of there. Boom. Cover art, phenomenal, right? This is some phenomenal cover art. What did I write down here? This is a band called Formies, Formies. Liminality is the name of this record that came out today. It's a 5-piece garage band from Vevey CH. I don't even know what that means. Great followers of the DIY kind of aesthetic, the mentality, I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. I'm losing my mind. But it's kind of a neo garage band, psychedelic garage kind of vibes. And it says a band mainly inspired by obscure records, badly recorded in weird places. Dude, you want to get me to check out your record? Write a sentence like that in the fucking description on Bandcamp, right? That's just. Foamies is a garage band, a garage fuzz band mainly inspired by obscure records, badly recorded in weird places. That's all I need to hear. And checked it out, and it's exactly that. It's at times I was like, man, is this going to get kind of stonery? And it really doesn't. It's much more psychedelic fuzz stuff, garage. Much like the record here in the front, sitting down there. What's the name of that? The Night Sweats, Night Moves, Night Beats out of Austin. Kind of that same kind of vibe. Or, what's the one? Something Frankie Fingers, Finger 11. Anyway, Frankie and the Fingers. What's the name of that band? That psychedelic band. But yeah, wouldn't have thought that based on the cover art. Yeah, it's very. That's why. Maybe that's why when they started jamming, and I heard the fuzz, and I was like, oh yeah, this is getting ready to get kind of like maybe psychedelic stoner kind of shit. But Frankie and the Witch Fingers. Thank you, Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, I think I had a stroke this week. I think that's what all this is about. It's all just Stroke City over here. That's not a city where you want to be a long-standing citizen of Stroke City. I wouldn't recommend it. There's something for the punkers. Man, she looks like she smells bad. You guys like Patti Smith? I like Patti Smith. I got one Patti Smith record, and I really dig it. I got it on the cheap. This is, I don't know if this is official or what. This is Dear Boss. No, not Dear Boss. Dear Boss is the label. First We Take Manhattan. This is a live collection of recordings from CBGB's from August 11th, 1979. I guess this may have been the first time it's ever been officially released or some kind of shit. Look at that picture, though. You tell me she don't smell bad. I bet she smells terrible. God bless her. But yeah. I dig the record that I have, and I've heard some other Patti Smith stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, it smells bad, probably. How's her pants undone? She's at a urinal. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. Butt fair, hurtful but fair. God bless that mustache. What up, dark sunny side? Ooh-wee. The downstairs mustache? Is that what we're talking about? Or I've got the record where she's got her armpit up and it's all fucking hairy and shit. That's the record I've got. Which I was like, I mean, I don't want to get into a whole thing, but women can be as hairy as they want. That's their own fucking right. But hairy armpits gross the fuck out of me. Like, violently throw up in my soup. Kind of gross me out. Yeah, but I bought the record and I liked it anyway. Actually, hairy lip. Oh, wow. She's a pompous turd? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Are you serious, Bashard? Tokyo Record Club met her on the streets of Tokyo this week? That's insane. I think that's called Kismet, right? Here's something that's gonna only two people that watching us probably give a flying fuck about this, and it's all right. It's all right. Again, it's one of those kind of sometimes thing for me. I don't listen to like stuff this super heavy most of the time, but I'm a sucker for like atmospheric black metal, and I've missed this. Sunken's Departures on Vendetta Records. This is a repress. I think it was originally in 2017. These guys are out of Denmark, and the stuff I listened to today, man, I really liked this. It was heavy when it needed to be heavy, but like super atmospheric, and it's just kind of it felt really folky and naturey, which black metal does a superb job of that. They really capture that like we're in the woods and it's snowing kind of vibe, even with heavy music, that folk kind of tied to the ground kind of thing, which I really dig. And when I jammed this today, there wasn't tons of stuff that I was looking at that came out today. Sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I'll take I'm taking stabs on stuff because the stuff that we have to choose from is not great. Actually, since Record Store Day, the releases have been a little like, there's a couple of things in there for people here and there. But it's been a little slim. Beat Stylist up in this mug? Hell yeah, boy. Is Paul up in this bitch? Wah. Hell yeah. But yeah, that was some cool shit. But I'm excited to talk about this, and this has popped up twice today. I'm throwing wild card on it. I'll call it a fucking wild card. I'm here to say it. I'm here to say it. This is the one I was the most excited to talk about tonight, man. Something just made me click on this shit and just absolutely fell in love. I guess these guys have got some other records out. I think they're Swedish. The Viagra Boys. And this is Viagra Boys. It's the 4th studio album featuring, and the single really turned me on here, Man Made of Meat. This is what it says about it. Leaving the acid-laced, conspiracy-addled societal commentary of previous LKK... Geez, I'm not even reading all this. This is like, I really got... If you dig Butthole Surfers at all, if you're into that, like, elements of punky, experimental, but it's really, like, funny and absurd... And I thought about that earlier. That's what I love about arts in any capacity, whether it be music or like physical art or like whatever. What I love about art is you have a rite of passage to the absurd. Like you can get away with being absurd in the name of art, and I fucking love that. And these guys, I mean, I think it's phenomenal. This is a great record. It's one of the best things I've heard this year, and it literally came out today. What does it say? This last sentence was pretty cool. It shuts out the noise to find the important part of being alive in the big, stupid world is figuring out the world inside of you that is equally big and stupid. What the fuck? But yeah, check it out. If you like stuff like that, if I mention Butthole Surfers or something like that, and that kind of makes your ears perk up, this is one you're going to want to check out, the new Viagra Boys record. On what's the name of the label? Let's give the label some props. I didn't write the label down because I'm a fucking moron. That's all right. It happens. It happens. Let's get in a little bit of what we played tonight. Boom. No rest for the weary. We're fucking picking them up. We're putting them down. That's what we do around here. I say we. I'm by myself. Fuck. Original Daddy. Should we do a shot? Ooh, we ain't done a shot yet. Inmate calling. Doesn't he know what fucking time it is, Miss You? What are we saying? That's a very inappropriate time to be calling. The moderator bullpen is stacked tonight? Yeah. Nobody better slip up. Or it's curtains. Or as the 70-year-olds on YouTube call them, the wrenches. Sure. Okay. Yeah, we'll get into what we played after I do the shot. Is anybody else doing a shot? Band time? You getting that band hammer out? You got multiple Instagram accounts, Dave? This guy's up to something. This Dave guy, he's up to something. He's up to something. I think Dave may be sent here by the FBI to just keep an eyeball on us. He may be an agent. We'll keep an eye on that. Like I said, what we played tonight, boy oh boy, one of my favorite jazz records in the collection, sent to us by our pal, one of our first pals actually on the program, Mr. Shane Rocky. This is the classic series from Blue Note, Andrew Hill's Point of Departure, and it's rapidly become one of my very favorite jazz records in my collection. This thing is absolutely, it can't miss. In fact, tonight when I put it on, I was a little bit worried, like, all right, am I playing this record too much? Like, you know what? It's been a little bit of a rough week, so fuck off. I'm going to put it on. I want to hear it. So we heard it. I was like, okay, well, I'll listen to side 2. Center that up. Center it. Center it. I at least played side 2. I'm sure we played side 1 more than 2. So we played 2 tonight. Sure. Now this is all off center. I'm getting a little pissed off. Interesting thing that happened this week. I don't know what interesting. I don't know how interesting it is. But I did go to one thrift store this week. It was a Goodwill in King, North Carolina. It's in the what we call the foothills, or it's making its way up to the mountains, but not quite there. And I stop in there when I ride through, and I had a commercial shoot out in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, oh, this is a good time to stop at the King Goodwill. So I ended up coming out of there with mostly books, actually. I got my mom, well, this was one of the books. Yeah, I'm a Cubs fan. It's called Cubs for Cubs fans only, and it's a bunch of like stories and like anecdotes and stuff about being a Cub fan, some articles and stuff like that. But it's got some cool pictures in there. This being the best picture in the back, and this is what I was looking at, was this picture of Harry Carey in the back right there, sucking down a fucking Schlitz because he's a goddamn gentleman and a scholar. And I noticed this piece of yellow paper sticking out right here. I'm like, all right, let's check this out. I know this is not music, and I wouldn't normally mention this stuff, but you know, I don't know if you guys know, but it's my fucking show. And I looked this on legal paper, very nice handwriting here. And this is a young man. This is some really good handwriting for a young gentleman. But this guy starts, it's like he wrote his own story to go in here. It was the late 80s when the Cubs became my team. I was only 8 or 9. I lived in North Carolina. And I played Little League with my brother. I had every Ryan Sandberg card, which is my favorite player of all time. And this was like, I don't know why he wrote this, if it was for school or just for fun, or if he just imagined he was going to write his own thing and send it in or something. But this was like tucked in the back of this book, which makes it. The book was only $3 anyway for a hardcover, and I'm like, yeah, fuck, man, there's no way I'm passing this up. I've been a Cubs fan since like 1984. I'd say 84. So, bet. But the point of that was I picked that up in there, and I also picked up, there was like 6 Isaac Asimov books, boom, 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 like in there. And I ended up picking up a few for my mom. And then, well, when I gave my mom the books and shit, we were talking about Asimov and stuff. And I asked her, I was like, well, have you ever heard Alan Parsons Project I, Robot album? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, really? And she's like a huge Pink Floyd fan, or like later in life she became a Pink Floyd fan. She didn't listen to Pink Floyd back in the day, but I turned her on to Pink Floyd years ago. And she loves David Gilmour. I think she likes David Gilmour a little too much for my liking, honestly. But, and Alan Thicke. I think my mom always had a thing for Alan Thicke, but he was a handsome man. I'm not throwing darts here. I think Alan Thicke was a handsome man. Nobody clipped that. Anyway, I said, not only is this album based on the iRobot story, but it's like Alan Parsons was involved with like the production and engineering of Dark Side of the Moon, and you can hear some Dark Side fucking steez on this record. One hundo. Like there's a lot of the guitar stuff and the production that just feels like Pink Floyd to me, in a lot of ways. So, and I kind of made my mom into a fan. Sorry, just catching up with Chad here. God's trying to taste. Oh, Canes lose. God damn it. And to New Jersey, Jesus Christ, fucking Yankees. Give me a break. Asimov wrote like 7,000, but yeah, it's crazy. He's telling me don't waste money on gospel records. What did you do with gospel? I went to Goodwill today and had a stack of records, but it was all gospel. Yeah, I love my gospel records. Good old Southern gospel, there's something to it. Pilmer likes that shit too. I love that. Like, yeah, you can find some good stuff on there. For me, I mean, I'm a weirdo, so whatever. Man, this record right here, holy shit. Juggernaut of a record. Somali Yacht Club. This is so thick. I bought this used. This is called The Sea. It's the first pressing. God, 450 copies worldwide. I didn't realize that. Holy shit. I can't read this. I don't have my glasses. I don't really give a fuck. 2018, maybe? Somali Yacht Club is they're a Ukrainian band in the stoner kind of genre. Real heavy on the psychedelic vibe of that shit. They'll do some long, kind of low-key passages and then kind of come in with some heat and thunder there for a little bit. You know what I mean? So, really cool. And it was, at the time when I picked it up, I mean, you know, shout out to the Ukrainians, man. We're not doing politics or nothing like that, but I mean, fuck all the politics. There's some people up there that like imagine being a band in the Ukraine and like your life's just been fucking put on goddamn hold. You know what I mean? If you're alive. Yeah, I paid $14 for this, but some phenomenal like psychedelic stoner stuff. Edwin Hawkins Singers, Oh Happy Day was a top 10 hit back in '69. Oh. Pilmer makes some good money flipping thrift store gospel records. Yeah, if you bide your time, that's the problem with a lot of that stuff. And I'm sure he's probably figured out the fucking formula. There's a lot of records. Like I've got a lot of those. I got really. Some of you guys may remember this. I got really into those like cha-cha records, which I really dig. And some of them you'd be like, oh man, these go for like $60 on eBay and Discogs and shit like that. It's like, yeah, but you may have to sit on it for fucking 5 months to get somebody to pay $30, $40 for it. So if you're willing to like bide your time, you could definitely make your money. But if a lot of stuff is just not quick flipper stuff, you know what I mean? I guess some of it is. Maybe that gospel market's a little different. Some of it is, I'm sure. I'm sure. Mr. Shane Rocky cashed in some banana bucks, wanted to hear Eagles of Death Metal. Death by Sexy, which I have not played this in a really long time. And this was such an absolute fucking staple here on the program forever. We played the piss out of this all the time, man. And for whatever reason, I just got kind of burned out on it or whatever. And it's not that it's a bad record. I just got burned out on it. And I was really happy. Not only was I happy that he cashed in some bucks to play it. If you're not aware of how the banana buck thing happens, if you just hang out with us over on Twitch and just hang out, no money or subscriptions or any of that. If you just chill in the chat, you earn banana bucks. And by earning those banana bucks, you can cash in 5,000 and pick the next LP we play. It's kind of fun, right? Sure. So, yeah, I was lamenting earlier. I wish I would have picked up Love, Peace, and Death Metal, the other one, the pink one. What's up, Zach? Black Gospel 45s can pull down a few bucks. Oh, I bet, man. Hope you're doing all right, man. Them Georgia boys. Right down that sideline. Yeah, it's weird. I think that's like some of the Black Gospel stuff that's really soulful and funky stuff can definitely fetch a price. And there's some of the just like generico, like, well, fuck, my family's on eBay for like $30 right now. The one I have like 5 copies up here. Let me show you this. Let me see if I can pull this up. See if I can see. Oh, sorry. I did this instead. Sorry. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Let's see if it's still on here. Somebody can pick it up. They want. Somebody buy it. Oh, there it is. Boom. That's my family's LP right there. $29.99. Why are eBay URLs so fucking long? Shit, sorry, I forgot that, like, flips the camera too. Yeah, that's my aunts and uncles up there in the pictures. Isn't that crazy? A couple of them no longer with us. Garrell Street Baptist Church, that's where I grew up going to church. Yes, sir. See there down there at the bottom for booking, contact Kenneth Eads. That's my uncle. I still talk to Ken. He's still with us. Out of the gentlemen there, only Ken is left. Ken is the only gentleman left. God Walks the Dark Hills, that's my favorite song on the album right there, 100%. Mama Teaching Angels How to Sing, that one's also pretty good. Not pretty good, it's fantastic. I love that record. Yeah, somebody go buy it. What you say, Charlie? I'm copying and pasting this in the chat. It's a really long URL. God damn, that's a long URL. I'm sorry to say god damn, and I'm talking about my family's gospel record. That's very inappropriate, and I apologize. But, somebody go buy that. Don't send it to me. Just go buy it and keep it for yourself and enjoy it. And say, that's Mikey Banana's family. I sent that to some of my family members that are still with us. I was like, look, you guys are on eBay. You guys are famous. You're famous rock stars. And they're like, what? Gonna time you out for spamming links? Yeah, I know, dude. I know. What are we doing? Sure. Continuing. Let me put these fucking Reginald Denny. Like I said, this was not based on that the Viagra Boys, like you may think, but wanted to pull this hair away to Steven. Scotty so graciously sent it to the program. I had a little thing this week. I mentioned this when we were playing this record. It was so cool, man. I just had a moment. I went up in the middle of the hills in North Carolina shooting a commercial for a company that clears like dozens of acres of trees at a time. So it's not the company you call if you want the big tree in your backyard cut down. It's the company you call when you like, I own 90 acres. I'm like, yo, I can get shed of 30 acres of timber and make a whole bunch of money. This is the company you call to do that. And I was making a commercial for those guys. So I got to like, when I was there, because a lot of times I'm cooped up inside and a lot of times I'm outside, but it was a nice like 75-degree day. And I just got to walk out in the woods with a camera, actually a camera and a tripod. So it was, it was lumberous, no pun intended. Actually, pun intended. So I got to shoot the machine that goes up and like does this number and just cuts trees and then grabs them and pulls the whole fucking tree over. And then they just lay it down. I was like, man, I'm not really a blue collar guy, but man, I would kind of love to do this for a living. That job looks awesome. But anyway, when I'm driving up to this job, it's in the middle of North Carolina. We're talking like Elkin, Dobson, North Carolina, foothills. We're gonna talk more about the foothills on the next record, actually. But little country stores and just like podunk redneck dives and gas stations and rolling farm hills and trees and shit. And the whole time I'm jamming Butthole Surfers up in this mug, right? There was just something about it. So I pulled out this tonight because of that. Because that was, as the mix was popping up, I saw an X-ray of a girl passing gas popped up, and I was like, man, that's the first song. It's the first Butthole Surfer song I ever heard. So that's number one. And B, it's the first college radio, because I heard it on college radio for the first time. And my buddy Ben Winland, who's now like a really fancy high-level Marine that gets put on TV and stuff. It was one of the first, that same night, I heard my first CDs ever. And I heard Metallica's Master of Puppets, and I heard MOD, the one with the shark that Prowler sent. I can never think of the name of that one. But it's my favorite one, even though I can't think of the name of it. I'm a fucking moron. But then he was like, oh, you ever heard the college radio station? And he switched it over to that. And the first thing that was on there was, I saw an X-ray of a woman passing gas. And I was like, there's a song called I Saw an X-ray of a Woman Passing Gas. And not only that, but there's a band called the Butthole Surfers. And I was like, holy shit, do I love music. That just sold me on it. And I think it's still, I was mentioning that earlier, I think it's still my favorite song for that very reason. Panic in Nashville? What are you talking about, Panic in Nashville? Is there a Panic in Nashville? I'm panicking right now. I'm in a constant state of panic, Charlie. It's what keeps me alive, baby. People who say, I'm not afraid of anything. I think he is stupid. He is stupid. Me, I'm afraid of everything. And that's why I win. Speaking of the foothills of North Carolina, that was a Hickson Gracie quote, by the way. Speaking of the foothills of North Carolina, don't pull this genre out very often on the show because I know it can be very polarizing. But there were some folks here that I think enjoyed it. Air and Sea Battle. I think Shane actually picked this up after I played this on the program. Shane picked this group up. Southbound. And this was in my local record shop. In Underdog Records, before they moved, the original Underdog Records spot for $2. $2 damn, man. And it's a cool cover. It's on Rebel Records. But if you look at the cover here, those road signs, and I'm like, oh shit, that says Wilkesboro. Like that's here. I mean, that's like where I was the other day when I was talking about going up in the hills. That's kind of sort of kind of close to where I was talking about. When you go up 421 and it splits off and stuff, there it is. So these guys, I don't really know anything about them. But it's crazy Shane found it in Ohio. That's insane. But it is on it is on Rebel, which Fred mentioned earlier, made some of the best this is bluegrass, by the way, if you guys hadn't figured that out. This is the Fred said some of the best bluegrass of the 70s came out on Rebel. And and the best bluegrass of all time comes out of North Carolina. I don't want to argue about nothing. I don't want to argue about nothing. So I didn't know anything about them. I realized it was probably going to be bluegrass, and that because of the cover and the instrumentation, it was on Rebel Records. But when I saw the road signs that were like, pretty local to me, and I'm like, man, that's amazing. And it's a fantastic bluegrass record. And something a lot of people are not super familiar with. Michael Familiar. Then Miss You cashed in some banana bucks with her vagina. She wanted to hear side A of the Prowler sent this one in. The Melvins, the Bulls, and the Bees, plus a Electro Retard. And she initially wanted to hear side A, but she opted out for side C at some point, which contained Youth of America, the Melvins cover of the Wiper song, one of my favorite songs of all time. And it's one of those rare occurrences where I like the Wipers version and the Melvins version equally the same. Normally it's like when somebody does a cover of something, you're like, oh, that's really cool and I love your cover of the song. But of course you love the original better, but you love the cover too. This is one of those, like, I can't choose. I don't know if the Wipers or the Melvins have the better version. I think they're both. It's like 50-50, 100%. Like 50-50, 100%. That sounded stupid. I probably shouldn't have said that. But I think they're both fantastic. Fantastic. This is kind of a wild card. Shots? You doing a shot, Charlie? What you drinking on, Charlie? I'm so glad I pulled the trigger on this record. This was kind of a blind stab. Chazman, Synthefuge. had to put the Synthefuge. And I always forget this is a numero release for this. This guy plays a keytar. It's kind of like 80s. It's 80s electro. Is that the proper? Would it be electro? Oh, and he said, I got a great message here from Chaz, man. This album is dedicated to the creator who makes all things possible. My son, Chazman Jr., my mother, Margie Grossman, and my father, the late Abe W. Grossman. May the Lord keep them well both in both worlds. I tip that. There's another quote underneath it. He couldn't choose one. He had to go with 2 quotes. There comes a time in every man's life that a change must lead the way. With the Lord by my side, his hand is my God. I shall follow till my dying day. Thank you, God. This guy's got some stuff to say, man. But this is something else. Some nice little like 80s electro vibes that just really, really does stuff, man. Centrifuge. That's interesting. I never thought of it that way. Synth-efuge. Okay. Okay. Canadian whiskey. Yo, you still get you talking about that triple C? You doing that triple C, Charlie? We used to drink when I was in college. We were big on that Canadian Club Citrus. You remember that? Do they still make that shit? That shit was phenomenal. We called it Triple C. Finally, I just really wanted to play this. I'll be honest with you. I don't know why I switched to that camera. Da-na-na-na-na, Dead Root Stirrin'. I wanted to hear Dead Root Stirrin' off of Dead Root Stirrin' by Elder. One of the greatest songs of all time. Again, by one of the greatest bands of all time. Armageddon Shop, sorry, don't remember the what happened with the chat overlay? What did it say? It froze? It's not working now? It looks like it's working right now. You guys don't worry about what's moving. You leave that shit up to me. How about that? Bet? Fuck. Da-na-na-na-na, Dead Root Stirrin'. Let me fire up some marbles. I did think earlier, I was like, yo, if I don't have anything to talk about, we could run like fucking, we could run like five games of marbles and just like call it a day, right? Sanctuary. Got a 6 of Dragon Stout. I love a stout. I don't like a stout when it's like in the 80s down here. In the wintertime, I like a stout. That's not true. I can drink it anytime. It's particularly warm in here, though. I like to feel the seasons, you know? All right, Steam, where you at? Fuck. Stand her by. Like stout a little too much back in the day. That's kind of like when I realized, like, I got kind of tired of, like, I love an IPA, but that was like such a go-to beer for me for so long, especially if I was in a bar, like, oh yeah, what IPAs do you have? And I got kind of tired of that. When I got tired of that, I was like, dude, go back to drinking stouts. Because in a bar, like, you can kind of chill with it. And plus, like, I mean, like, no bullshit. If you're a Guinness guy, nothing beats a Guinness. But the standard Guinness is like pretty low in alcohol. It's a thick ass beer, but it's not. Some of those IPAs is like, oh, 9, 10, 11%. It's like, that's great if you're having a beer and getting on, you know, taking off. But like, if you want to have like a couple of beers, like, those can be a little much. You know what I mean? Especially when you do heroin as well. Having a Guinness is like a special occasion. Yeah, that's why, like, I love like getting a Guinness and taking like 25, 30 minutes to finish a beer, like hanging out, striking up a conversation, you know? Rather than like, yeah, let's pound some shit. Pop, 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 pound town. Now I've got Dead Root stirring in my head. It's not going to go away anytime soon. No shot. Okay, get out of that. Earn more with our Rev Share program. Oh, we should share some revenue. And by that, I mean I should take all the money. You guys can just pony up. Surely. Race. I'm going random. Can we vote? Is there a way to vote? See, I still can't figure out a way to vote. Community. All maps. See, I can't figure out how you can just like vote like we used to. Anyway, I'm going to hit random. Why is it doing that? Okay, we've never played this before, but the global record from Boop R2, which sounds like a fucking aimbot, 246. Oh, even the global track record is 246 and some change. So what this is telling me, folks, is we've got us a longer race set up for us. Because if the global record is 246, we're likely to do this in like 3. You know what I mean? This is going to be tough. So lock in. I'm going to go take a whizzer real quick. I got to go visit the Whiz Palace. I just want to take a moment to say how grateful I am to have my urine that clear. The last few days, whew, it's been a tough look. Tough look to walk around with the motor oil piss. It's just something I don't really aspire to have. Are we all in? Are we in there? Is everybody playing? Gonna play? Let's run this shit. We got 14. Sure. Sure. All right. Let's run this shit. Oh, did you just now get in, Miss You? Oh, you were on the telephone. How dark was the piss? I mean, like a Castrol, like 10W30 type move, but you know. Here we go. Let's lock in, everybody. Lock the fuck in. Everybody shut up. Lock in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's one gaping ass fucking butthole right there. Holy. What are we saying? My zoom controls are not working on my mouse. I don't know what's happening. It's okay. We'll work it out. That looks like, never mind. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Boom. Shane making some power moves with shower shoes on. See, I can't zoom this out. It's kind of pissing me off. Is Shane after that fucking track record? Oh, look who's behind him. The young man. Let's go, GMRN. Let's go, baby. Pick him up. Put him down. Boom. Come on. Get out of there. Get out of there, Red. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Shane got taken out. Oh, I got taken out, too. Oh, shit. Fred's off the board. Fred's in fucking Narnia. Scotty made it through. He's going through that fucking turbine. All right. Oh, he's caught in it. He's caught in it. Loosen the caboose and tighten the turbine. Who comes out the other side? Oh, we got Bill. We got Zach up in this mug. Bill takes the lead. Down the steps. It's like an MC Escher painting. Drawing. Sorry. Going up the stairs and going down the stairs and going up the sideways stairs. Oh, Bill gets held up. Who's going to take him over? Anybody? Holy shit. Is Bill off the board? No, not yet. He goes backwards, though. That's not backwards. Sorry. I'm losing my mind. This is a long track. I said it was going to be. Oh. Yo, this is a good time, Bill. Oh no. Yo, through. Blue blocks. You got held up by blue blocks. Here comes Scotty. 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 Oh, look at that. 3:18 and some change. Told you this is a long one, man. It's a pretty cool track. GG's across the board for sure. For sure. Hell yeah. I dig that one. We definitely never ran that track. That was a Hell yeah. So again, I don't have a lot. Oh, that's the fan. Hold up. Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. Bill, I tried to flip over your CD, but I got an error. Apparently, you can't flip the CD over. I don't know what's up with that. We're going to do a few blonde stabs. And the trick is, I think, here's the thing. Not only are we doing blonde stabs, which, oh, I thought, are we doing a shot, Charlie? Is anybody else going to do a shot with me? Like and subscribe. I like the way you think, Shane. Yeah, hit the like button if you're over on YouTube. What do you hate us? There's a few people watching. That helps the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell. Buster Ball is impeding the bell right now. Buster Ball. Aha. Oh, an unimpeded bell. Sure. All right, we'll do some blind stabs. But the trick is, and we'll do this shot too. The trick is, whatever we pull, we're gonna have to play at least a little bit of it when we go back over to the Twitch side of things. So we could pull some real stinkers. Maybe this will remind me, like, hey, maybe there's part of your collection you need to get shed of. We'll do one blind stab. I'll try to do one from each show. I'm just gonna do normal rock. So there'll be no metal, no punk, no hip hop, no country, no jazz, nothing like that. This is all like regular rock because I can do it behind me. I need somebody else here to do something else. So we'll start with the top shelf. Not looking. I'm just gonna go here. Whatever it is, we're gonna have to play it, or at least part of it. I'm probably gonna pull this down on me and it'll kill me before whatever illness this is kills me, which is gonna be a shame. I'm not looking. Is it a good one? Did I pull a good one? Oh, did I pull a good one? Holy shit. Okay. 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 Sure. Sure. It's the US Olive WB. Welcome back to the WB. Okay. I'm okay with that. Let's do this shot. Cheers, everybody. This is letting the universe choose a little set for us. That's kind of cool, though, isn't it? I kind of fuck with that. I think cameraman's drunk. He's sending me stuff. It's not letting me send this. Why is it not letting me send this? Why is that not in metal? Okay, it's a fair point. I made the decision because That was Black Sabbath was the actual. That was my stop and start point for when I broke out my heavy metal. Because I was like, man, you're going to get into a whole thing where, like, is this metal? Is this not metal? Where is this hard rock? Is this heavy rock? Is this like? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep Black Sabbath and my normal rock and roll stuff. That way, everything below that goes up here. Everything above Black Sabbath goes in the metal section. By above, I mean anything heavier, more aggressive than Black Sabbath. Because, I mean, let's be honest. Like, Black Sabbath is not tonally, like, it's heavy, but it's not like... It's not heavy music, you know what I mean? Like, thematically, it's heavy. It's dark. It's got the fucking tritone in it and shit like that. But like, you know, I don't put Black Sabbath in heavy metal. I think it's the genesis of heavy metal, but I just don't put it in heavy metal. All right, let's go for shelf number 2. So it's up here. I'll go kind of toward this side. I'm not looking still. Is this a good one? Is that a good one? Did I get a good one? I'm still not looking. Holy shit, am I 2 for 2 tonight? Am I 2 for 2 tonight? Oh man, Bo Diddley is a gunslinger. Woo-wee! Oh my God. Yeah, we're on fire tonight. This is fantastic. I picked this up at Soul Relief Records, our pal Harley, friend of the program, one of my favorite guys in the record community around here. Originally, he actually knows some of the friends I played music with, and I didn't realize it at the time. But become pretty good friends with Harley, and man really knows and loves his music and his records, and has a pretty wide swath. When it really comes to like soul and funk stuff, he is, man, you can't touch Harley. You can't touch Harley. And his store, it's such a breath of fresh air. Like, you go in there, there's not a bunch of new records in there. Like, there's 0 new records. You're not going to go in there and get the latest Fleetwood Mac reissue. It's all used records, and it's all like older used records for the most part. You'll find some random, like I got my no, that's not true. Never mind. Yeah, that's a solid pick right there. Okay, let's see if we can keep it going. I'm pretty excited so far, that because already that's a great mix. Like, Sabbath into Diddley is like solid. So I'll go. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh, shelf 3. This one I'll go. Let's go all the way down toward this end. I'm not looking. Whatever this is. Is it all right? Did I do okay? Not looking. Oh, a little Mahavishnu orchestra. I was actually going to play Birds on Fire tonight for the show. I was actually going to do Birds on Fire tonight. So this one, I wish he was wearing a shirt here, but yeah, it's not my favorite from Mahavishnu, but it's still Mahavishnu and John McLaughlin, who's, yeah, fantastic. This is a great record. It's not Birds on Fire. Or Birds of Fire. Birds on Fire. Birds of Fire. Just want to take a peek-see here. Columbia. Got really into this stuff for a while. I mean, John McLaughlin is like, he's one of the best guitar players ever, for real. It may not be your style, you may get tired of it, it may, you know, you could make arguments or whatever, but like technically, if you're talking about proficiency wise, just technically proficient, John McLaughlin is one of the, and even to this day, he's an old son of a bitch nowadays, and he's still doing it. He's still doing it, and I think, like low key, I think he's still getting better. Like he's still learning and getting better at the guitar, which is absolutely scary, because he's been a monster for so long. So better than stupid chip chat, Charlie? What are you doing, man? Come on. Stupid chip chat? That's the skills to pay the bills. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 2 more. I'll go middle for this one. I just split it open like an Arkansas cheerleader. Is it all right? I'm still not looking. Oh, sure. All right. Absolutely, man. Signals from Rush. Speaking of Charlie, you Canadian fuck. Yeah, a little moving pictures. Man, I've not played this in a long time. This copy is so fucking clean, man. It's clean as a whistle. I have no idea where I got that. I'm sure I bought it for like a couple of bucks. Oh, the cover's a little bit. Ew. I thought it was a gatefold. I guess the cover's a little split. That's okay. That's okay. What all's on signals? I forget, man. I may not be able to read this. Oh, the Analog Kid. Call me that from now on. Oh, and then Digital Man. Analog Kid and Digital Man. Hell yeah. Kind of not a record I'll reach for very often or on purpose, but New World Man. Yeah, I think that's on there, right? Yeah, New World Man. The Weapon. Fuck yeah. So, yeah. This has been some pretty decent pulls. Seen Rush before they ever cut a record? They were a loud Zeppelin cover band, is that right? Wow, that's crazy. Oh God. Hope the boss isn't watching. I had the New World Man on a K-Tel comp when I was 8. Oh yeah. All right, we got, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We got one more shelf down here to pull a wild one out of. I don't want to go too far either direction. You know, because if I went all the way to this end, it's going to be like ZZ Top or Zappa, right? So I could kind of tell what it's going to be. So I want to go into a space where I wouldn't really know what it's going to be. Like I have no idea where this would be or what it's going to be. I'm not looking. Is it a good one? Is it a good one? I'm not looking yet. I'm gonna look. Holy shit, and Bobby Gass is in here. Dude, my favorite YouTube moment in the history of the world is Bobby telling the Uriah Heep story. I've actually played that for my mom, Bobby. My mom's 77, and I was like, you got to hear this story. And that video Corey did where you're talking about the Uriah Heep concert, I played that for my mom, and me and her sat there just chopping it up, enjoying the hell out of it. So that's so fucking funny, man. That's so funny. I would randomly pull that. Demons and Wizards, which might be my favorite. That might be my favorite. That might be my favorite Heap. Holy shit! So let's reboot here. From doing blind stabs of what we're gonna play after the show over on Twitch, we're gonna start off with some Sabbath. We're gonna parlay that into some Bo Diddley. Take a slight reprise with some Mahavishnu. Into some Rush. And some Uriah Heep. Hey, man. Look, the universe is not always on my side, obviously. But I think tonight, man, I may be holding my mouth right. I may be holding my mouth right a little bit. Because that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good right there. That's gonna be a nice little set, I think. Woo. Woof. That's pretty awesome. We do need to take a quick little commercial break. Come back with a so to speak and chip chat. Yeah. Got a classic soda for you and something brand fucking new in the chip chat arena. It's going to be something special. It's going to be something special. You may want to go take the kids and drop them off at Meemaw and Peepaw's, and because it may get a little crazy. So we'll be right back here on Grown Men Record Night. Thanks everybody for sticking with us. We certainly do appreciate you. 100. So we'll be right back.
Grown Man Record Night will be back in a minute. Stick around.
Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
Home is full of lots of things that children shouldn't touch. Home is full of bad things that can hurt you very much. Now there's a man whose face is green that you ought to get to know. He'll warn you when danger's coming fast or slow. Get to know his face in every single place. When you see it, you'll know quick. Things marked yuck make you sick, 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 sick. Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
There's a great new taste you can't put down. Conn's corn dogs, they just hit town. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs. Conn's hot dogs and cornbread, heat and eat. It's a meal on a stick that can't be beat. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs. Get them at your store in the hot dog section. Conn's corn dogs are pure perfection. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs.
All of these soft drinks have caffeine, all of them. Surprised? Now you can't see it or smell it, but oh yes, it's there. 7-Up is light and refreshing, crisp and clean, and no caffeine. Never had it? Never will. Now, don't you feel good about 7-Up? I'll be surprised if you didn't.
Don't you feel good about 7-Up?
That's right. That's right. Who's sending me stuff? Okay. Again, thanks for hanging with us late into the evening. We're moving along. When I'm doing the show by myself and I don't have some fucking moron like Jay holding me up, the show tends to go a little quicker than normal. There's nobody derailing.
So to speak.
You know, like I said, for So to Speak, we're kind of revisiting an old friend here, and it's one of those. Speaking of my mom, I was talking about her just a few minutes ago. Oh, it's gonna be a bit of an issue. Fuck. Got an opener here somewhere. I got books. I got guitar pedals. I got Zens. So, my mom picked me up a glass bottle soda at the store, and she's like, I don't know if you've done this soda, but they were like knocked down on sale, like $1 a piece or something like that. So I picked you up one, and I was like, oh, Mom, I was like, we've done it, and then as a matter of fact, we've probably done it on So to Speak like at least twice, but it's also one of my favorite sodas we've ever done. The Boylan's Black Cherry Soda. Oof. This is a monster in the soda game. Let me tell you what. I don't even know where Boylan's is from, like where they're out of. I can't recall, and I can't read this. But this is a pure cane sugar soda. I remember this being pretty heavy on the cola. No way, it's a twist. I went through all that and it's a fucking twist. Surely. When in doubt, blame Jay, 100%. So to Speak theme songs in my top 5 songs of all time? Holy shit. Did the CD stop? What's wrong here? I need more. If any of you guys have CDs, like bullshit CDs that you know won't get us popped by copyright, man, send me some. I'm always on the lookout. So anyway, the Boylan's Black Cherry Soda, you can find it. Man, Arby's used to have these in their store, actually. Almost carled it for no reason. So good. It's like the perfect mix of cola with the black cherry flavor. And I do love that it's a black cherry. As much as like here, the claim to fame for sodas in this area is Cheerwine, and we've done Cheerwine on the show a lot. Cheerwine is based 40 minutes from here, and it's a fantastic cherry soda that's been around since the early 1900s. But it is a cherry soda. I much prefer, personally, a black cherry soda, which has much, that darker cherry flavor. I think that mixes with cola very well. The other one, like Cheerwine, is like, it's red. It's a cherry soda, so it's just straight up cherry. But black cherry and cola together, I mean, I love a cherry Coke, for sure. A cherry Coke Zero, I love them. But like, nothing beats a black cherry soda. Harris Teeter, which is a local groceteria, used to have a fantastic black cherry store brand soda, which was very good, especially for on the cheap. Oh yeah. Vodka makes blackberry taste better. This would be a great mixer. A matter of fact, sorry, it's just my favorite band of all time. Probably a proper time to take a little shotski. Let's see what kind of chaser it makes. I can probably assume. That's good. You know, it's funny. I never do that anymore unless we're doing the show or something. But back in the day, we always had a chaser with our... I remember we'd sit in the dorm room at NC State and have some Evan Williams and like a Coke or something. And we were passing like the bottle and the 2 liter like with it. And people would take a shot, take a chaser. But at some point along the way, that became like, oh, pussy's got to have a fucking chaser, So I never now I just take shots and like whatever. It's like, I don't give a fuck. But now that I've kind of established that I can pretty much drink anything, I don't need to, have a dick measuring contest with the type of liquor that I can drink or whatever. Which that's stupid anyway. But I miss taking a nice chaser with a shot. It's kind of nice sometimes. Anyway, I gotta take this Zen out before we get into that fucking chip chat action. Sorry. This album does it to me. It just does it to me.
Excesso, calorious. Excesso.
There's a lot of stuff on the chip, is what you're saying.
Those are thick. Pompous.
Look at that.
Es delicioso. Ah!
Sting City. Sure. So for Chip Chat, got a banger. I didn't know about this until normally I go visit my mom every day after work, but since I've been sick or ill or dying or whatever the shit, I had a fever, so I was like, my mom's older. I didn't want to get her all fucked up, so I was like, I did ask her if I could borrow a fan because I may have smashed mine the other night, like I mentioned before. We don't need to go there, but anyway. And I said, while I was there, she gave me the soda, and she said, oh, my cousin in Texas, I always think of her as my aunt. but she's really my cousin, even though she's like the same age as my mom. It's a weird story. She's the one that sent the HEB spicy bread and butter chips last year, which ended up being our chip of the year. Vance went out to Texas and picked them up. He was so jazzed about them, he flew out to Texas and picked them up. Well, she sent a little something else, so I'm already excited about this. And I didn't know she was sending these. This was an absolute surprise. It is a cheese puff, but it's a creamy dill cheese puff from HEB. Ooh, and I love a puff. I'll take puffs over the crunchy guys all day long. Oh, lots of people are like, no, Cheetos are way better than cheese puffs. Fuck off. No, they're not. No, they're not. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. So, creamy dill flavored. Let's see if there's anything on the back I can read. I don't know where my glasses are. I may have lost them. Imagine, it says, imagine you're at a restaurant and you order a creamy dill dip, and instead of potato chips or tortilla chips, they bring you cheese puffs. Sounds weird, but actually tastes amazing. HEB creamy dill flavored cheese puffs are a cheesy, herb dusted way to enjoy your chip and dip in one. Holy shit. That's a great write-up. What a great write-up. I tip that. I tip that 100%. Oh, they're orange like cheese puffs. They kind of smell like feet. I'm not gonna lie. They kind of smell like feet. You can say, oh, I was expecting like a different color, but it's kind of the same color as cheese puffs. But you can see the seasoning and shit on there. Somebody screenshot that. Bring, brong. No truffle oil. Can see the cream? All right, knock it off. Mmm. Mmm. I mean, I knew I was gonna like these anyway. I'm a big cheese puff guy, admittedly. Wow. Fantastic. Takes a couple for the dill to really come through. The creamy portion of it, which would make me think it's going to be kind of ranch adjacent. I don't get a shit ton of that. But the cheese and the dill, maybe a little bit of kind of ranchy creaminess on the very back end. We went through a cheese puff stage here on the show. That Grosseteria I was speaking of, Harris Teeter, they had some really good store brand. Before anybody was doing Buffalo, they had a Buffalo cheese puff. Specifically, I remember they had a honey, and it wasn't like honey barbecue. It was like a honey cheese puff that was really, really good. These may be one of the best cheese puffs I've ever had. I don't know if, like, in all honesty, if we could ever do a cheese puff as a chip of the year. But I'll go ahead and tell Sweet Tea, at least write this one down, Sweet Tea, because it's definitely up there. So I'm marking it chip of the year candidate. Although I'm a little weird about doing a puff for a chip of the year. That would seem like I don't know if I could do that. Hey, Corky. You want one, buddy? You a Puffman? You a Puffman, Corky? Corky kind of seems like a Puffman. No, that's pretty good. Man, no, it's not pretty good. It's really fucking good. Wow. HEB, that's like a, speaking of store brand, that's a store brand chip, I believe, in Texas or around those parts. Mimi Puffman. And you guys live down that way? Do you guys have HEB? God, I want somebody to shove right now. Sorry. Does anybody live where they have HEB stores? I'm getting distracted by ODD, sorry. Heard about that store for the first time this morning? Really? No bullshit. Jay has HIV, does that count? Oh my God. All right, let's not waste much time here. We got a little bit of a set to do over on the Twitch side of things. I mean, if you're embarrassed to come over there, I understand. Try to find that fucking graphic. How quick can I find it? Boom. Ha 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 ha. Got it. Twitch.tv/GrownManRecord Night. It's easy. If you're not on Twitch already, go over to the Twitch program. We're going to do a little set of the blind stabs that I pulled out here momentarily. A lot of fun, man. It's been a hell of a week. It's a weird situation tonight doing the solo YOLO show, which I always, like, honestly, I do enjoy doing it every now and then. It's a nice little test. It's a nice little stream of consciousness. It's a different vibe than being able to bounce stuff off of motherfuckers all night long. So I do like doing it. It keeps me sharp. Keeps me sharp. And I like keeping sharp. HEB is Howard E. Butts. Is that right? What's up, Beast? But yeah, we're gonna go over to the YouTube. Fuck, what's wrong with me? We're gonna go over to Twitch and play the blind stabs I pulled out. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us again for a very unique and weirdo show that who knows where it was gonna go, but you know, whatever. But yeah. No one sees me as I walk behind. No one sees me. Sorry. We'll see you over there. Thanks.
Go with them.